Good morning, everybody. It is good to be back in the mountains. I just spent this last week helping my daughter move. She moved from Idaho to Montana, so I didn't really have a whole lot of time to get out. So I'm just going to cruise out for a couple hours today. I brought my snowshoes with me, and my daughter and her husband bought me a new GoPro 7 for my birthday. So I'll be trying it out today. So if the editing and video grade isn't all that great, give me time, I'm working on it. Alright, so the trail is so hard packed, I'm just carrying my snowshoes. I do love this time of year as the snow starts to set up. You can go a lot of places you can't otherwise. So I'm gonna go up the East Fork by the bridge and go upriver a little bit. I'm planning a camp out with another YouTuber. So I'm gonna go up and see if I can find us a good campsite. So it may be hard to see because everything's white, but right here, this is the hill that drops down into the river, the East Fork of the Bear River. And this right here is a canal. They take water out of the river way upstream, and this feeds a ditch, and this is a trail here. But I have a feeling, and I'll tell you in a couple steps, that this is where the snowshoes go on. Yeah, that's knee deep, so I'm gonna back out of this. I'll throw my snowshoes on. We'll head up, see what we find. Okay, snowshoes on. Sinking 4 inches now instead of 1.5 feet. Alright, here's a peek of the river bottom. There's actually quite a few spots that are opening up. Which is good. We'll be looking for a spot just like this down here in the bottom in the trees. But there's some bigger islands up here I'd like to check out. And here's our canal. And this trail just follows the canal. So most people don't know this is part of the cross-country trails, and they don't groom it, they leave it. They leave it wild. There's some beaver sign. So the beaver have definitely been busy in this area from last fall anyway. And the one thing about this stretch of river, I don't know whether we'll get any fishing in or not on our camp out, but just up here a little ways, beaver have dammed the river up, made little ponds. And I've had pretty good luck catching little fish anyway. So we'll see what it brings. So I'm liking what I'm seeing right down here. There's some flowing water to get water from. Nice little grove of trees. Ground at the bottom of some of those. Trees to hang my hammock and spots for a tent. And I don't think I've walked a mile yet. And I'm going to keep going up here till I can drop down and walk back along the river bottom. Get a closer look. So I've come to where the bank from the canal down to the river isn't very tall. I think another quarter mile or so, and it's where it gets the water in from. So I really think spots like these are what we're looking for. All right, so here's a shot upstream. There's another good grove of trees, but they're just kind of all over. And there's a shot downstream. I'm gonna head downstream. I just don't think we need to come this far in. The spots aren't any better. It's just further to walk. And for a guy that likes solitude, there ain't another soul around. So the snow's probably 6 foot higher than the water. And the water's only 6 inches deep if you fall in. Oh. And I could sure get used to sleeping next to that sound. So here's another spot to get water out. Some dead trees in there for firewood, places to hang, flat places to camp. Oh, and the river's about to poke there, but not quite. I can see all the fault lines in the snow on the ice. There's another spot up here that looked real good. Yeesh. I'll be pulling pine needles out of my shirt for a week after that. And that up there is where I came in at. And this video might just end up being a whole bunch of open water. It's so pretty and peaceful. I'm going to cross the bridge here. Hopefully it doesn't cave in. So there's a big old spot of open, even right next up to the bank. This may be the best spot yet, and it's even closer in than... Oh. But there's dry ground. It's not really flat. Moose have been digging it. Definitely out of the wind. Plenty of firewood. Man, there's places all over down here. Yeah, see, the further this way we get, the more I can hear the snowmobilers. Well, this right here is a beaver dam. It's dammed up right here on the snowdrift. And that way, if we camped somewhere right here in the trees, there'd be the potential of catching a fish right there. Slight. And I don't know how bad I want to get on that ice. But potential nonetheless. As you can see, there's the water coming through the dam and pouring out. And that right there is the lodge for the beaver. And that hill wouldn't be horrible to come down. Wouldn't be much fun, but... So down in the bottom there, you can see all the sticks with the bark tore off. That's what the beaver eat all winter long. They store them underwater, and then they drag them back to their lodge, pull them in, and they just eat the bark off the trees. So this is an active lodge. Well, there's the bridge. So I'm only a couple hundred feet from it. There's open water, dead trees, and a place to fish. Might even get to be closer than we want. There's a picnic table with about 2 foot of snow on it anyway. And the bridge is right here, but the snow's so deep on it I can't step that high. So I went around Ooh, snow's almost to the top of the bridge. Handrail. Okay, there's a downhill shot. And a little upstream shot where I came from. Lots of possibilities up here. You know, they rent the yurts up here, and if you need one just for the extra comfort, or you don't have the equipment to come up here, they're great. But they're pretty spendy. I can use the trails, or go around the trails here, and hang out in my own backpacking setup. And it doesn't cost me anything other than the stuff I own already. Seems like a better deal to me. Although I will admit the yurts are really nice. Nothing like a decent mattress and a fire to keep you warm all night. Whew. Alright, well, I've come full circle. There's where I cut off across the canal. And there's where I came up from the bridge. Throw off my snowshoes and hump back out to my truck. Alrighty. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming along. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this place was as pretty as I did. And share. And thanks to all my subscribers. We'll catch you on the next one.